Hi everyone, welcome to Shell Sugar Rush. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to be making this beautiful rose cake for Mother's Day and wanted to share it with you and show you just how easy it is to make this cake for a special mom in your life. So if you enjoy things like this, stick around and watch me put it together. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload more videos like this in the future. So let's make a rose cake. So here I'm starting with a 6-inch vanilla cake, and I have torted these because I want to use 4 layers with this cake. I've also made some pink American buttercream, which I wanted to color pink to kind of coordinate with what I'm doing on the outside of the cake. And here I'm just filling in the layers, with a nice generous coat of buttercream, and then I put a little bit on top. And what I'm going to do is take here my 2-inch circle cutter and kind of mark off the area at the top where I want to start carving. So I'm just going to take a knife here and carve around the cake, and I want to come down in a kind of a dome shape. And I'm also going to take just a little bit, about 1 inch in around the bottom, just to curve it back in to the cake to kind of round off that shape at the bottom. And now once I've got that carved, I'm going to give this just a nice crumb coat and just smooth that down with my spatula as well, and get that all smooth, and then pop it in the fridge so that it can set. We'll work on some fondant. Now for the fondant for this rose, I've chosen this beautiful color of pink, and I'm going to use my rose cutter here and just roll out my pink fondant and cut out one of these. And with this, you just take your ball tool and just smooth out the edges real nice and thin and crisp, and then roll it up. You fold it in half and then roll it up into a rose. And you can see there, this just makes making these roses so much easier. And I'm going to do a second one, and again, fold it in half and roll it around the first one just to make a bigger rose. You can do this as many times as you want to have your rose as large or as small as you need. But I absolutely love this cutter because it makes making roses so much easier. And it actually comes in a set of 3, and I'm using the largest of the 3 in this video. And I'll make sure and link those in the description for you. And here I'm just taking this same 2-inch cookie cutter that I cut, that I made the impression on the top of the cake with. And I am cutting out some circles out of the fondant. And I'm taking about 1/3 off the bottom of those just to give it a flat edge. And again, I'm just taking that edge, that ball tool, and smoothing out that edge to give it that kind of thinning edge of the rose look. And I'm making some of the smaller ones, and then for the larger ones, I'm just kind of freehanding that and just cutting out a dome shape with my knife, and just making sure to have a flat edge on the bottom. And again, putting those onto my little foam mat, and using my ball tool, giving those some, nice thin edges as well. So I'm just going to finish these up. I'm just making about 5 or 6 of each here. We'll see how far that goes. And just finishing these up, and then we'll get back to our cake. Now our cake is chilled, so I'm going to go ahead and put that final coat on now. And I'm being pretty generous with this final coat, and I'm just using my flexible scraper here to give it a nice smooth finish. And I'm not chilling the cake again, just because my buttercream is pretty cold, and I want it a bit soft, which will help my petals to adhere to the cake. So I started with the rose that I made in the center, and kind of going out from there. I've starting with the smaller ones, and went around and overlapped those petals, continuing to go around the cake until I get to the bottom. And you guys, I did have to cut a couple more pieces just to finish, so I didn't really cut enough the first time, or like I said, 5 or 6 pieces, but I did end up using a few extra pieces to actually finish this up. But after cutting my extra pieces, I felt like I had the coverage I wanted here. I did leave a little gap at the bottom, and for this I rolled out some green fondant and just cut about a 1-inch strip out of the fondant, and just adhered it around the bottom center. And you can use leaves or something like this. Either way is fine. But here you can see it's all finished up. And if you have some leaves that are kind of droopy or petals that are droopy, you can always roll up a paper towel and kind of sit it there till your fondant begins to harden. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial on this beautiful Mother's Day rose cake. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload more videos in the future. Thank you so much for your support. See you next time.